Okay, guys. So on this second sections, we are going to discuss, inshallah, as much as possible from 26 and onward. 26 and onward, yeah. So, okay, I think Aiman is back. And also the rest of you are here. Okay, this one. This is a rate of reaction, eh? Diagram 12 shows the curve of curve Y when a 5 gram of a zinc powder is reacted with a 50 cm cubic and 1.0 molar of a hydrochloric acid. Okay, what is the question is about? Okay, dengar sini eh. The Y, this is your T1, and the X, this is your T2. I can say the X have a lower rate of reaction. The Y have a high rate of reaction, and the X have a low rate of reaction. But I would like to ask you something. Do both graphs, the X and Y, meet at the same point? Do they meet at the same point? Do they meet at the same point? If they meet at the same point, this indicates the amount of the hydrochloric acid will be the same. But what caused the factor is changed. Now I'm using powder, higher rate of reaction. Most probably, the X is in a lump, a bigger lump. That's why it's gonna have lower rate of reaction, but still will meet at the same particular point. Please keep that in the mind. Mama kucing, okay, Mama kucing? Okay, wow, bunyi kucing. Meow. Okay, dia mesti salah tip mulut kucing tu. Sekejap lagi. Okay, so as you can see, most probably, when you look at the answer, the powder, you just remove it. You have a powder, wrong answer. Okay, then the remaining will be granulate. So you have A, B, C, D. Look at the, B, C, D. Which one have the same volume and the same concentration? Tell me. Pardon? Boy, yes, you are right. So the answer is B. Do you get it or not? Yesterday, Ryan, I think you have sent me the question, am I right? Similar question like this? I think that book is wrong. It should be the other way around. I think they label the 1 and 2 in a wrong position. Yeah, very good, Ryan. Okay, done with this. Let's move on to the next one. Tadi aku bagi rehat, saya pergi balun nasi lemak ya. Dahsyat aku. Super effective. Okay, when I say this question, which of the compound is a saturated hydrocarbon? When I'm talking about saturated hydrocarbon, doesn't have double bond. When doesn't have a double bond, I'm referring to the N. It's a alkynes, which is a CnH2n plus 2. Therefore, A, B, C, D, which one? Very good. It's belong to the N. The answer. Which substance form yellow precipitate when added with the lead nitrate? Lead 2 nitrate. Yellow precipitate. This is actually no. It's actually, guys, it's a test for Pb2 plus. Pb2 plus. Which chemical over here, when you add it, it form a yellow precipitate? Not sodium chloride, my dear. During salt, garam, you ada belajar benda ni. Very good. Potassium iodide. It is the chemical that used actually to identify the presence of the Pb2 plus. Yes, it is a potassium iodide. It is used to identify the presence of the Pb2 plus. Remember, guys, to identify, to confirm the presence of a Pb2 plus, you use potassium iodide, which will form a yellow precipitate. Sodium chloride. Wait, it form what? So let if you are using sodium chloride, kejap kita do the equation PbNO3 okay, it form PbCl2 and also NaNO3. Ini adalah soluble salt. Oh, of course lah, girl. Tengok sini. Okay, if you are using sodium chloride, it form a PbCl2. On the other hand, you are using potassium iodide, it form a PbI2, where they are asking yellow precipitate. Yellow precipitate is from iodine. If you are using PbCl2, it form a white precipitate. That's the answer. Good. Okay, next one, Heating of a pea carbonate produce a product which is brown when hot, Allah, yellow when it's cool. Who am I? Who am I? Lead or zinc? Confirm, saya just asking. Confirm, lead, plumbum. Betul semua? The rest? Very good. That's the answer. Sebab apa tau? Student always confused with zinc. Always confused with zinc. You must keep in mind, if you are using zinc, yellow when hot, and it become white when it is cold. For zinc. Student confused. That's why I'm highlighting this. A farmer found that his soil is too acidic for some plants to grow well. Okay, kesian farmer tu. Next, which substance is suitable to reduce the acidity of the soil? Which one is quite alkaline? Tell me. Pandainya calcium oxide. Yes. Why it is so? Look at here. You notice calcium oxide CaO and acidic stand for H plus, and what will happen when you mix these two things? It becomes Ca2 plus and H2O. Indirectly, you are decreasing the concentration of the hydrogen ion in the soil. When you are decreasing the hydrogen ion in the soil, then it getting neutral. That's why we are adding calcium oxide. The remaining, the ACD, if you look a step closer, actually it form acidic. It will increase the acidity. We don't want that. That's why we choose calcium oxide. Done. Okay, next one. What are the products formed when a propane is burned in excess of oxygen? Ya Allah, this is simplest one. What do you get? Very good. So the answer will be B. 1 and 3. Next, which reaction is endothermic? It's a very general and direct question. Endothermic. Endothermic, you are absorbing the heat. You are absorbing the heat. Which one will be the endothermic? Any idea, my dear? Decomposition. Sekejap. Wait, Decomposition. Kejap. Dia agak... Displacement is not. Combustion is not. Decomposition. Sebab I'm quite wondering as well. Neutralization sometimes also can be endothermic. Sometimes neutralization could be endothermic as well. And decomposition, if they're talking about thermal decomposition of the nitrite salt, okay lah, boleh lah. We take the precise one, the D, boleh je. Because not all neutralization is endothermic. Okay? Over here, they just put it in a general. But all decomposition will be the endothermic. Tahu tak yang mana neutralization become endothermic? Do you know? The one like this, HCl plus with ammonia, and it produce ammonium chloride and hydrogen gas. This might become neutralization, endothermic as well. Okay? So never mind, you put as a decomposition. It's okay, acceptable. A rubber tapper find the lattice coagulate after several hours because of the bacteria. Bacteria, it produces the acid to neutralize the protein membrane. What substance should be added into the lattice to prevent the coagulation? Because bacteria produce acid. To fight the acid, you need to add what? Alkaline. Very good. You need to add the alkaline. Therefore, which one will be the alkaline? Very good. B, boy. The next one. Which substance conduct electricity current in an aqueous state? Remember, when it conduct electricity, I'm actually referring to electrolyte. I'm referring to electrolyte. And the electrolyte must be in either salt or acid or maybe alkaline. When they are in aqueous, then definitely they can conduct electricity due to the presence of the free moving ions. Therefore, they are asking in aqueous. Even though, my dear student, all these are salt. Unfortunately, in order to form an aqueous, you must have a soluble salt. From the list that given, only B is a soluble salt. Therefore, the answer is B, boy. Why carbon-12 was chosen as the reference standard for relative atomic mass? Remember, before carbon-12, scientists do use hydrogen and oxygen. Nevertheless, there are still a few disadvantages of using hydrogen and oxygen over carbon. Why they choose carbon? Because it is most abundant, carbon 12, and it is in solid, and it reacts with the most of the element, stable and abundant, and also it reacts with the most of the element. Those are the reason why scientists choose carbon 12 over the other elements. Therefore, what is the answer? Pandai, that's the answer. See. Number 36. What is meaning of the heat of neutralization? When we are talking about neutralization, guys, first thing that appear in your mind when I say neutral, you must think about H2O. Neutralization is all about to produce 1 mole of water at the standard condition. Neutralization is all about to produce 1 mole of water, 1 mole of water at the standard condition. That is the first thing that you need to know. How does the neutralization work? When you have an acid and alkaline, you mix together, that is how the neutralization form the water. That is the theory. Let's look the answer. The heat absorbed when acid react with alkaline? No. The heat released when acid react with alkaline? Not necessary. The heat change when 1 mole of water is formed from the reaction between acid and alkaline. Do you think this is right? But let's look the next one. The heat change when 1 mole of salt is formed. Betul ke? Water and salt, which one is related? I told you what, even though neutralization forms salt and water, definition of neutralization, they took the formation of 1 mole of water. Therefore, the right answer is C, not D. Nampak tak, guys? Sometimes the words are very close. Dia sangat dekat. You must really stick to the real definition. Then you know what's going on. Which of the following particle equal to 1 mole? Equal to 1 mole. 1 mole is equivalent to Avogadro constant. Avogadro constant is 6.02 times 10 power of 23. This one could be either atoms, molecule, or ions. Therefore, apa yang saya nak cakap, you look A, B, C, D, which one is equivalent to 1 mole? That's the main concern. Okay, dia cakap, the the number of atoms in 1 gram of hydrogen gas. Betul ke? Hello? Meow. Meow. Huh? No. Hydrogen gas is actually H2, my dear. Faham tak? So next one, number of molecule in 1 gram of hydrogen gas. Ini pun H2. Macam pelik. Sekejap Number of 6.02 hydrogen atom in the, ini tak, ini half mole. Now, yeah, jawapan dia donkey. The right answer. Because this one is equivalent to Avogadro constant. And this Avogadro constant is the molecule of a hydrogen gas. Therefore, this is equivalent to 1 mole. This is equivalent to 1 mole. Okay, next one. Okay, you will notice the one at the behind will be start a bit challenging compared to one at the in front. So which of the following characteristic is a catalyst? Guys, when I say catalyst, first thing that you need to know, it is a substance that added into a chemical reaction to increase the rate of reaction by decreasing the activation energy by provide an alternative pathway. Again, catalyst is a substance that added into a chemical reaction to decrease the activation and increase the rate of reaction by decreasing the activation energy by providing an alternative pathway. Okay, sekarang kita tengok. Catalyst only used in a solid form, not necessary. Increase the quantity of the product. No, it's increase the rate of reactions only. Physical state of a catalyst is unchanged during the reaction. Wait, macam betul. The mass of the catalyst remain the same after reaction. Jawapan yang paling tepat adalah D. Because catalyst that you added into a chemical reaction doesn't undergo any chemical reaction. It just help to increase the rate of reaction. That's it. It just help to increase the rate of reaction. That's it. Okay. Can we do the next one? 39? Oh, exhausted. Guys, are you with me? Boleh Okay, the table 3 shows the observation in 3 tests on the solution X. Solution X. Okay, first thing, they add sodium hydroxide, NaOH, and a white precipitate which dissolve in excess sodium hydroxide. So, what will be this? What ion I'm talking about? There are few choices lah, few choices. Kejap guys. What are the things that we have? It could be Pb2+, Al3+, Zinc2+, or Mg2+. They say what? Dissolve, dissolve. Sorry. If it is dissolved, no magnesium. These three. Okay, based on these three guys, look at the next one. Ammonia solution until excess, and look at the observation, white precipitate which dissolve in excess. Which one will dissolve in ammonia? Which ion will dissolve in ammonia in excess? Guys, it is zinc 2 plus. Very good. So confirm. The solution contains zinc. The solution contains zinc. And look at the last one. Nitric acid is added with the silver nitrate. This is a test to test what? Those chemical is added to test what? Chloride ion. Therefore, the solution X is actually zinc chloride. This is the answer. Zinc chloride. Any question, my dear student? Okay, we go to question number 40. Kejap ya. Which of the following is a soluble salt? Guys, I have give you acronym to remember this. A soluble salt is no ana. No ana. What do you mean by no ana? Nitrite, ammonium, sodium, potassium. No ana. So they are asking which of the following is a soluble salt. Tell me. Silver chloride, definitely not. Sulfate is not. Yes. And also lead sulfate is not. This one. This is about the chloride. How to memorize the chloride? Chloride. What are the things? Chloride. Uh-huh. This is how you remember. I teach my student how to memorize the chloride ion. Only this is an insoluble salt. Okay? Only this is an insoluble salt. Other than these three is a soluble salt. So in this case, I ask my student like this. Maybe Pak Wer, aku handsome comel. Memorize like that. Next one, 41. A mother wants to bake a cake which is sweet and attractive in color. Okay, need to be sweet and attractive. Which substance should be added into the cake? Sweetener. Attractive is color. Any idea? Aspartame is sweet, betul. Takkanlah nak tambah ajinomoto doh. Monosodium glutamate adalah ajinomoto. Okay, so benzoic acid is used for food preservative. So it should be tartrazine. Yay! Which diagram 13 show the apparatus set up for the preparations of a salt. Allah, this is the titration. Those are in my class. I have go through this plenty of time. Okay, until you get this is how you do a soluble salt. This is the method to do the soluble salt. Which salt is prepared through this method? I pun rasa sodium sulfate. Because of what? Because you have NaOH plus H2SO4. Dapatlah, because titration, this is titration or neutralization. So you get Na2SO4 plus H2O. Logic. Next one. This is a lot of calculation. Kau rasa sempat tak? Atau kita try je? Boleh? Do you have a class after this? 12? Okay, good. Which of the following occurs in an oxidation reaction? Need more to definition, yeah. Oil rig, semua tu. Hydrogen, and also what else? We have the hydrogen, oxygen definition dia lah. Okay, sekejap ya guys. Try to do this. 1 second. 43. Is that loss of oxygen is oxidation? No, it should be gain. Gain of hydrogen? No, loss of hydrogen. Gain electron? Salah. Gain electron is reduction. Therefore, the right answer is this. Increase in oxidation number. Yes, such as you have a zinc, it is 0 and it becomes Zn2 plus. There is an increase in the oxidation number. Therefore, it is oxidation. A child spilled gravy on her school uniform. Teruknya, mesti panas. The stain was very hard to remove after being washed with a type of detergent. Okay, which additive should be added into a new detergent to make sure that the stains can be removed? Yang mana can act to orang kata remove the stain faster? Protis, very good. What is protis, girl? It is actually a type. Very good, very good. But you are good. Okay, biological enzyme. It's a biological enzyme. Kari is actually a biological enzyme. Dia kan ada protein lah, apa benda lah, ayam lah, kari lah, ikan lah. Sebab tu that is called as a, you need to use a biological enzyme. So next one, the following equation represent the neutralization reaction between barium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid. Lucky enough, they already give you the equation. Okay, what is the volume of the hydrochloric acid needed to neutralize? Guys, you're gonna use the formula MAVA over MBVB equals to A over B. Okay, this is your A, this is your B. In front A you have a 2, in front B you have a 1. So what is the concentration of acid? 0.5. And the VA is what you are looking forward. And the VB, MB is 0.1. And also, the volume is 25. Guys, I'm getting information from here. Equivalent to 2 over 1. 2 over 1. Guys, please solve this mathematical equation for me. Mathematical problem. How much? All of you get 10? See? Okay, good. Good. Okay, next one. Go, go. We have 4 more to go. 4 more to go. Okay, this is a chemical cell again. The diagram 14 shows the apparatus set up to study the electron transfer. Oh, guys, in order to understand this, you need to know what's going on here. A bromine water is actually Br2 and become 2Br negative. So this is 2 electron. On the other hand, potassium iodide is our concern. And it become I2 and 2 plus 2 electron. Okay, my dear student, I would like to ask you, from negative become 0, oxidation or reduction? Negative becomes 0. Okay, oxidation. Since over here oxidation, over here is reduction. Oxidation is lose electron. Therefore, the electron will flow in this direction. Okay, now look at the question. Which of the following occur at X and Y? Oxidation number of iodine change from 0 to positive 2. Wrong. Brown solution turns colorless. Brown solution turns colorless. Is this right? Wrong. It's the other way around. The colorless solution become brown. Iodine is formed. Iodide ion is oxidized. Yes or no? Yes or no? Therefore, the answer is C. The mass semua tu tak ada lah. Electrode tak increase in the mass. No. There is a gas bubble is formed. That's it. Okay. Pak Abu leg sprain during losing the sprint during the losings the soil in his farm. Apa ni? Dia kenapa seliuk dekat kebun? Apa dia buat dekat kebun? Pelik lah dia. Pak Abu asked his son, dia minta anak dia to take substance X from the store and mix it into a plastic bag containing water. His son shook the plastic bag and pressed it onto the sprint part. What? Dia nak jadikan dia sejuk lah kot Dia nak jadikan dia sejuk. So, yang mana sejuk? Sejuk bermaksud endothermic. Endothermic. I have teach you during the class hour, KYS or other student as well, all the students. If it is endothermic, you must use ammonium. Ammonium. So, look at the answer A, B, C, D. Which one is endothermic? Yeah, bingo. 47 is A. Okay, safe. Next one will be, we are almost finishing. Chayo. Diagram 15 show the formation of an acid rain in an industry area. Okay. What is gas X? Ingat, acid rain do contain sulfur. Therefore, the gas must contain sulfur as well. So, most probably, the answer is sulfur dioxide. C. Which of the following is correct? Match of the oxidation number for the manganese with its corresponding compound. Allah, ini kan, you need to calculate one by one. You need to calculate one by one. The oxidation number. Do you know how to calculate? You have a K, M, N, O4. I teach you one. I teach you one. So you know this is equivalent to K plus a K plus with the Mn plus with the 4O and give you 0. This is positive 1. Mn, you are calculating, plus 4 negative 2, the charge, 0. And the Mn, you solve the mathematical equation for problem, then you get positive 7. So, the answer will be Donggi. Yang ni kan, Mn plus 2O, untuk yang ni is equivalent to 0. Mn plus 2 negative 2 equals to 0. Then you get Mn is positive 4. So automatically it's D. One more to go. 50 soalan doh. Yes. Diagram 16 shows a part of heater found in an electric kettle regularly used by a housewife. Okay. In order to remove the white layer, the housewife need to add a substance into the kettle and leave for an hour before washing it with soap. Oh, sebab our water white layer. What is that white layer? What is that white layer? Anyone tell me? It's a calcium carbonate, yeah. Boleh lah, boleh. Yeah, the white calcium carbonate. So you want to it's a Rahil. Yes, you are right as well. Sometimes this is also called as a scum. Sebab air kita adalah hard water. Bila dia hard water, dia ada calcium and magnesium ion. That's what accumulated and it formed something like this. Normally kettle, yes. So calcium carbonate, you want to remove calcium carbonate, you use what? Lemon juice. Because lemon juice is acid. It will react with this compound and will remove the white precipitate. Congratulations! For the more than 2 hours, you managed to finish 50 objective question. Bagi tepukan pada diri anda sendiri. You survive.